It's Monday. I've been trying to figure out how to make the angles on the exhaust. I'm going to show you an idea I have and then I'll try it. Okay, so here's the car, really crude. Here's the pipe going back and the pipe going back. And I got that 90 coming out. Well, let's just say I have that. All I need to do is, I think, make a line and figure out what that angle is. Again, this is not proportion or anything, but what is that angle right there? Yeah, I'm going to use my framing square. I used to use this in construction to get degrees. It's the only tool I have that I can make work easy. No, this won't work. I got all the degrees, 5, 10, 15, so on, but when I get a piece like this, I don't know how to, what is it? There's no straight edges. So I think I have to snap the lines on the concrete floor, and then I think I can do it there. This doesn't tell me anything. I mean, let's say that I want to get a 45 degree. How do I mark that? I guess I could mark it with a tie wrap, but I don't think that's going to help me. Let me think about this some more. Yeah, again, this is just me figuring stuff out if you're interested, but I came to the conclusion the easiest way to make exhaust pipe, if you can weld, just buy straight pipe. Because if I get straight pipe and I put it on my saw has all the angles and I can cut it. But with something like this, I don't know what that is. I mean, I know if I put these two together, I get a 90, but if it's just like this, I don't know what it is. I'm sure I could figure it out, but I don't have the patience. Yeah, this is not as easy as I thought. I'm used to, square angles. So I got a piece of copper tubing, and this at least helped me visualize what I need. I need to come out straight, make kind of an angle, have another straight section, and then go down. I just taped this on. I'm not saying it's the way to do it, I'm just trying to figure out how to do it. Okay, I made a jig. I was having trouble cutting pipe. I had to slow down, but anyway, so let me see if I can explain what this is. This piece here is 1 inch, half the thickness, half the height of this pipe. So you can mark here and here and flip it over, and you'll still have your center mark, if that makes sense. So if you mark it here and here, when you flip it, your marks will line up. This one, and then I can cut it at whatever angle I want. This one is to cut straight pipe. And that's what I suggest, you buy all straight pipe. I mean, that's what I'm starting to realize now. But again, the reason I made this jig is because let's say you cut an angle on it, and you go to put it back in the saw, you're not exactly sure where it should be. Should it be like that? Should it be? So again, if you put this in here and mark both sides, that's half the thickness of the pipe. You can always drop it back in by looking at those lines. And then when you want to cut it, you can do however you want, but you could just take it out here. Again, you keep that line straight and your angle will always be correct. What I'm trying to figure out now is how to cut these little pieces. Let's say you screw up and you want to shorten it. How do you hold that? I haven't figured that one out yet. And the reason I made these, I decided I needed to be cutting a bunch. If I want to cut a bunch of 45s or 30s or 20s, I need a jig that I can just drop it in really fast and cut them. I should have bought extra long, like I think I said earlier, I should have bought extra lengths of straight pipe. That is my holdup now. I'm trying to work with what I got, and it's just making it difficult. Oh yeah, and the other thing I couldn't figure out is where, again, trying to hold this is a bitch, but these marks, these boards right here, is where the straight pipe ends. In other words, the curve starts right there and the curve starts right there. Okay, so like I said, the kit, it came with 4 of those. It'd be better to get straight pipe, that's all I'm saying. I gotta modify that, I gotta modify that. Okay, I got one side done. It's not the prettiest thing, but it's my first try. It's kind of weird cutting these angles. What I found out is you just kind of cut them by eye. So, it's not the greatest thing. And I can't take it apart either. So, if I have to take it apart, I have to cut it. But I lowered the car. There's plenty of room. I just got to do this side. Yeah, if you're doing butt welds, this is what I just discovered. You can put a piece of tape on there to hold your joint in place. It's not as easy as I thought it was going to be, but anyway, that does hold it in place. Okay, I got it together. This side I got cleaner. See, this one I got this joint in here. Well, what I figured out is, finally, again, if I did this every day, I'd get the hang of it. Like this elbow here, just let it hang long wherever. Same with that, and then just try to get it straight. Try to get a straight run, and then cut your pipe by eye, and then just keep fitting this piece in between. I got this joint here because I didn't have any more long pipe. Anyway, it's tacked. It looks pretty much the same. My question is now, how do I weld the top? I think I got to cut it loose somewhere. You know, like right there or whatever. And this, I figured out I could hang these mufflers off of here. Now that I have it in place, I could put a bracket here. And a bracket here. Anyway, that's it. And then I had to put one hanger here just to hang the pipe up, trying to get it lined up. Okay, I got the exhaust up. It's a learning experience. Finally, I just said, just go, just do something. It's really hard to explain, but I think I said right at the end on kind of how to do it. It's a learning experience. It'd be nice to have a bender, but anyway, saved about $800. Yeah, I'm thinking about putting a crossover pipe wherever I can get it, which is like right here. I had to weld 3 pieces of pipe together. I don't have any more long pipe. Tomorrow, I'm done. Yeah, it's the next day. I got to take these pipes off and weld them. I mean, I could do it over my head, but I don't want to do that. And in the dark. I'm thinking about I need to cut the pipes right about near the rear end, so I can drop this one down, drop this one down. So those are just clamped down at that end. I can slide these out. I don't want to do it, but for some reason, the wires stopped coming out of the end of that. So I took out the wand, cut the wire, pulled the wire out, pulled the liner out. Then I just put it back together, and it worked. I mean, I don't know why, but the way you take this out is you just loosen this, go like that. You know, pull it out, cut the wire. Anyway, I can't talk right now because I'm frustrated. I was right in the middle of welding. And unplug this. I think this is the air hose, the gas hose. Anyway, it works now. Right in the middle of the welding. Yeah, now it's working. I don't, who knows? Yeah, why I'm sitting right here. Again, this is a Miller 211. Basically, I taught myself how to weld with this. Anyway, it's on steel setting here. For one time it wasn't working. I think I said I had to put it on stainless steel, but then it started working. I just switched it back. It was the lead, the wire was burning back into the head, into here. What I've learned is that's about the right setting for this exhaust pipe. But also, the higher this turns up, the hotter it gets. So if you get it, let's say you put all the way to 3/8, it's a real hot weld, you're going to burn right through it. But if you go all the way down to the other end, it won't really stick. So you just play with this until you find the right setting where it doesn't burn through, it sticks. Yeah, and then I think I've talked about this before. Again, I'm not a welder. I just do the best I can. But you notice there's white and blue here, and there's white and blue here. And then it says 24, 30, 35. If you turn it on to 24, click it this way, then it supposedly sets the feed and the heat for you. But I sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't. But I've just been having it on 95 and it's been working. Anyway, the only reason I'm going over this because I'm frustrated. Back to welding. So if you just do short bursts, like and just barely touch your last weld and you keep moving, it'll come out like that. But if you do it, but you can come out like this. And that was when it was on the car. It was hard. So take it off, I could do this. I'm gonna grind. And then this pipe overlaps that pipe, so it's a bigger, fatter weld. Again, it's practice. The more you do it, the better you get. And right there is my last weld, so it looks pretty damn good. Also, I've been having trouble seeing. I just get this piece of metal here and just slide it along. Works really good. I can just pick it up and move it. There's a spot I missed. I gotta weld that. Yeah, that's the other pipe. I got starting to get the hang of it now. There's one spot I missed. No, I didn't. This is why next time I'm going to buy a straight pipe. I could have cut all my pieces and not have all this lapping. Anyway, next time. Yeah, I cut a clamp, one of these type of clamps. I cut a hole in it. So I can, when I put these pipes back up, I can clamp them together. I need something, a starting point. This will get it real close. Okay, I got the pipes welded. Those clamps that I showed, I was cutting that slot. This is where I cut the pipe. You can see the arrows come together. This way I can weld it right through that clamp and then take it off. And then I gotta put the supports back in. I had these clamps, exhaust clamps, I just cut a slot in it. So that way I can just, well, it held it in place to line it up because it was hard to do, and then I can get a couple welds in it and then take this clamp off. Same on this side. And like I say, everything's welded up now. Had to take the wheels off. I was trying to do it from down here. I couldn't see what I was doing. Anyway, and the other one, same thing. Yeah, I decided to put 2 hangers back here too. I just welded them to the trunk, flat washer. I mean, I just flattened it out and welded it. This thing's solid now, but I just realized I missed a spot. I still gotta weld that, damn it. Okay, I wanna make a crossover pipe. Like that. But I've never done it. Playing with this for a while, trying to figure this out. But if you want to do a crossover, just set your saw at 45 degrees. Again, this is for a straight tube. And then just flip it over and cut it at 45 again. But what you gotta watch out, you gotta be dead center. So I would say take a piece of paper, wrap it around it, divide the paper in half, mark the center, fold it in half, then mark each side if you know what I'm saying. If they're off even a little bit, it's a problem. See that one? It's almost perfect. That one, it's a little off, but if I squeeze it, it'll tighten right up. So anyway, that's how I figured out how to do it. Just cut a 45, so this is the last piece, and then I'm done. I had to weld 3 pieces together to get this. I burned up another blade. I'm not sure why it dulled it. I gotta find some way to sharpen these in the future. And then I went to just a metal cutting blade, metal cutting, whatever that is. That'll cut through it, but they wear down fast. Anyway, this is the scrap I got left over out of that box. But if you cut this cut, I'm telling you, man, I had to keep playing with it. You gotta be dead center at both ends to do those 45s or it won't work. So I cut this cross pipe. I haven't welded it in. I would have to drill holes in here. But the problem is the cables are hitting. And I don't know if that matters. I'm not sure how to isolate it. But anyway, I'm thinking about it. I can't put it back here. If I put it right into the transmission, I don't want it that close to the transmission. This cross member hangs down. This piece is here. This part is here. This is the closest I can get. So I don't know. Might do it, I might not. Exhaust is done, except for this piece. Here's these hangers. Let's see. So I'm just gonna walk through this. I left the old downpipe. I put a clamp here and a clamp here so I could take it apart. On this side, on the driver's side, for some reason, I had to 45 out at 2 inches. And then it goes up and over. I guess this is a 45. I'm so sick of looking at this stuff. And I hung it there. I have to do something about that. Hung it here. If you make these hangers, these pieces, make sure you put a hook down. This one, maybe I'll redo it, I don't know. Anyway, and then I have it bolted in the trunk like I showed in the beginning. I might change that. I want to think about the best way to do it. I'm pretty sure I can hang it off of here, but I want to be able to bolt it. So I just want to think about it for a while. I don't need it to start the car. That's what I'm trying to do, is get this car running. And that's it. I'm over exhausted. I know how to do it next time, but I'm over it. I'm sick of it. When I was welding, I put this on the muffler. Still works. I think I have trouble seeing the weld unless it's really lit up. It might be that I have my shade on my helmet too dark, but I don't want to screw up my eyes. As long as I can get a light close, I can weld. Again, I'm not a welder, and I've met people, they say that they get headaches and their eyes burn, and I just don't want that. So that's it. If I do the cross pipe, I'll show it, but that's it. That's what it's going to look like. Yeah, I made up my mind. I'm just going to leave it out for now. I have the piece. I don't have a drill, but I'm just going to leave it out for now.